Hi, and welcome back to my channel and my intrepid 4x5 journey. So those of you that have subscribed, and I really thank all of you for doing that. That's been an amazing thing to have people actually subscribing to my channel. But as you probably know, it's been, what, a year and a half now since my last video, and longer than that since I was actually more actively uploading videos. So first thing I'd like to do is just apologise for that. You decided to subscribe, and I've not produced any content, and that there are reasons for that, and I will explain that. But I would like to apologise for not having more content out there. So this video is going to be slightly different to the previous videos that I've done. It's going to be in two sections. The first section is I'm going to explain a little bit about why I've not been uploading videos, and really that's a little bit of my personal life. I fully accept that not everybody's going to be interested in that, and to be honest, I tend to not always watch these more sort of personal things. But the first half will be just explaining why. The second half, which is at this time code here, if you want to skip forward, is going to be explaining what's going to be coming next, or what I'm intending to do, the sort of things I'd like to sort of purpose videos, and hopefully will improve, will still be entertaining and informative content for everybody. Anyway, yeah, sorry. So first part now, and let's get started. I'll just explain what's been happening. Okay, so if you're still with me, the reason that I've not been uploading any content is quite simple. I've just not had the time to do that, and to be honest, I've not really had the inclination, if I can speak in my native tongue, either. So a year last August, my mother died. And before that, she had a very long series of illnesses, various types of cancer, which she was quite elderly, and she battled valiantly to try and get over these things. But eventually, she did succumb to the last cancer. Now, anybody that's been through this sort of thing knows how difficult it is to deal with. Somebody who's very close to you that's very ill. And ultimately dies. And for me, my mum lives quite a long way north of where I live. She lives in Yorkshire, which is where I'm originally from, in England, and I live in the southeast of England. So it's a 200-mile drive, basically, to her house. And I know for some parts of the country that's not really far, but certainly in Britain or in England, so in the south of England, that is a long way. It takes a long time to do that sort of distance. So I was spending more and more time travelling backwards and forwards over the last few years, back to her house, spend time with her, and ultimately it got to the point where I was actually spending a lot of time up in Yorkshire at her home, trying to spend time with her as well. Work were fantastic. I mean, they gave me lots of flexibility to do that. I can't thank them enough for that. Friends and family have been brilliant as well, and I don't know how I got through this without them. But yeah, ultimately I ended up spending more and more time up there. Kim then started spending more and more time up there, so she put her photography business on hold while basically stayed with my mum. But and then, as I said, a year last August, she eventually died. Since then, well, actually during that period, but since then, I've really not been sort of focused on photography. It's not, for whatever reason, during that period I sort of lost my desire to go out taking photographs. So the whole sort of 4x5 thing just fell to one side. In fact, the whole photography thing for me fell to one side. I didn't go to the camera club that I'm a member of. I just basically stopped pretty much every aspect of photography and other hobbies as well. I just didn't pursue those. And it's taken a long time to sort of get back into that idea that, yeah, I do want to do these things, and and push forward with them, and that's starting again now, which is why I'm doing this video, and there will be more content coming. I know I'm not unique in having sort of gone through this, obviously, quite obviously, but and some of you that have been through it, as I said, you'll understand that these things affect you in different ways, and what you thought might happen and how you might react. Just you may get it right, but chances are you just no idea unless you've been through it. So anyway, I'm back now. I feel more sort of inclined to do this sort of video, get more into photography. So I do plan to start producing more content. So I'm going to switch now to talking about what I'm going to be doing next, or at least what my plans are. So if you skip forward, welcome back. As I was just saying in the previous piece, I intend to do a lot more videos. I mean, I've got a full-time job, so I'm never going to be a full-time YouTuber. So there's not going to be masses of videos. I'm not going to be posting every week or anything like that. But I do have ideas for content that I'd like to upload. So as far as 4x5 goes, which is why most of you have subscribed to my channel, I intend to pursue that. And in fact, I've already been out a couple of times with the interpretive camera, and I'll be posting those videos at some point soon. One of them is me just basically getting back into 4x5 photography, and it didn't quite go how I'd planned and hoped. I should have probably expected how it went, but well, anyway, you can when you watch that, you'll see what I mean. So as well as going out with my camera, I also intend to spend time just looking at gear. So I've got some plans to buy some more gear. I'm also going to probably do some videos on how I scan my negatives. So I have a combination of DSLR scanning and flatbed scanner scanning, but how I scan and process and that, the sort of techniques I use there. So I'll probably do some videos on that. At some point, I want to try doing some home film development, because at the moment I send all my negatives off. Also, I'm a film officer to get my negatives back. Yeah, I want to have a go at developing my own film, so I'll be taking you on that journey, which, knowing that I tend to be all thumbs at times, that could be an interesting experience. So I intend to do a bit of that. I've also I've got quite a collection of film cameras, anything from this sort of tiny thing here. This is my Olympus trip that I got when I was a child. Actually, I mean, I've had this for decades. So tiny things like that, all the way up to beasts like this thing here. So I will be spending some time out with those and taking you with me as well, and talking about them and doing some photography with those. Also, as I say, I know most of you subscribe to my channel because of my my 4x5 videos. As I say, I intend to do those and other sort of film-related videos as well. But I've also been, I've had digital cameras now. Seriously, since I think the 300D, Canon 300D was my first serious digital camera when that first came out. So I've had a lot of years of working with digital. I've had lots of different digital cameras, mainly Canon, but some other brands as well. I'm not particularly brand conscious, although curiously I do seem to end up, the Canon ones seem to be the thread that runs through my sort of photographic equipment life, if there is such a thing as that. As well as my sort of SLR style cameras, I've got a whole range of different things, from tiny little point and shoots to access to some of Kim's gear, right up to her medium format digital camera. So I'll probably be doing some videos, some digital related videos as well, which I know some of you possibly won't be as interested in as the 4x5, but I hope you'll forgive me for doing that, because really I need to get back into really enjoying photography, and by having that sort of combination of film and digital and different cameras and different locations and different things to do, I think that's really going to motivate me more to produce more content. So I can't remember whether it was in the first section or in this section. Sorry, I'm losing track now. But I've already recorded a couple of videos. The next two are going to be related to my Intrepid camera. One of them, me having a bit of a mare, trying to get back into using it. So you get to see all that. Yeah, I'll be producing more content up towards Christmas and then into next year. So, as I said before, thank you all for subscribing and sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. And anybody that's new to the channel, welcome. Hopefully there'll be something on here that you find interesting. And I will see you in the next video. All right, thanks very much then. Bye for now. Bye-bye.